I've added every single Mine-imator tutorial I made in 2025. But before we start with the video, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss any upload. So now let's get on with the video. Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you everything you need to know about Mine-imator, from the basics to rendering to animation. Before we start this video, I would appreciate it if you subscribe. So enjoy this video. When you open Mine-imator, it will look like this, or even brighter. So let's get started. When you click the crafting table, you will see some tabs of every subject you will need. So we will start with adding a player. Also, you can add other characters, or if you don't want the characters, you can just add your own skin. By the way, if you hit shift and right click, you can move. If you want to add a scenery, you go to the scenery tab and you can either import from your world or you can browse from the list that Mine-imator has. Here you go. Now you have a scenery. Now if you go to the block tab, you can get all sorts of blocks like dirt or beds, but it isn't on the most recent version of Minecraft. So some blocks you'd want in Mine-imator won't be now or until you're watching this video. Now I am going to show you the snapping tool, where basically you can use it to do bigger moves faster. Now I'll show you how to add a camera. So after you place the camera, a small window like this will appear and it will have three types of render. Now I'll show you how to move, scale or rotate. If you press C, it will give you the choice to move your Steve up or down. If you press R, you can rotate your character like this. And lastly, if you press B, you can bend your character arms, legs and body. Now I'm going to add a light source. So we're done with the basics. Now time for the rendering. So I have this scene with Steve on a cherry biome. So I will just make the window larger because there will be no use of moving something outside for now. So you will go to the environment tab and you need to have the ground option off, or it will look like this. So we will change the direction of the sun and set the angle at 0. And make the time at 10:28. Then go to render settings and set it to extreme. Warning, this may lag your PC a bit. And then make the strength of ambience occlusion a little bit higher than 100. You go back to the environment tab and change the clouds to faded. Now I will make the clouds a little bit higher for me, but you don't have to do that. Then you go to the sky and make it a little bit more blue. And here's a tip that I learned from an animator. Change the ambience to how you want the shadows to look like. I will make it pink because of course it's a cherry biome. Then you will go to the fog tab and make the fog closer to the scene so you can add some depth. Also make the sunlight a little bit more orange, and lastly make the sunlight strength about 200%. And now you will go to the camera and set camera size to FHD 1080p for probably the best performance and quality you can get, except from the 4K cinematic. You can add these black bars and the grid overlay if it helps you. Then you go to field view and set it at 30. You go to aperture settings and make it about 5. Then you go to light management and make it academy. After that you go to depth of field, and another tip I learned from an animator is make the focus range at 433 and increase a little bit the fade size. After that you go to color correction and set the contrast between 1 to 6, brightness between 1 to 4. Usually I make the saturation at 106% and vibrance between 1 to 7. After that you can add some bloom, but I would recommend to add just a little bit of it. And now you will go to the character and go to surface properties, and you can set it at 51% and go to subsurface properties and set the radius at 2.3. Warning, I'll recommend to set it at 0.2, though indeed it doesn't appear much. Trust me, in screenshots it looks amazing. And lastly, for the rendering part, you can add a little bit surface properties to the world if you can make it look good. Now it's time for the animation part. So I will start it up with how keyframes work and transitions. So we're going to put a keyframe right here by double clicking. Then we're going to move the arm up, and boom, you made something move now with keyframes. Now it's time for the beauty of transitions. So you are going to press on the character, then you will go to the transitions tab, and of course you're going to change the movement of the arm. So I'll use quadric, or you can use something else, it doesn't really matter, but for this video I'll just use quadric, ease in and ease out. Warning, have the keyframe selected or it might just not work. And here you go, you have a decent animation, but you can always change the transitions to something else if it suits you. Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you how to make great and smooth animations in Mine-imator. So first up, I'll show you how to make a walking animation. So after you have placed your player, go to the right leg and you will set the position Z to 3 and in rotation X at -20. And on your left leg, the same but the rotation X at 20. Then go to your body and go to rotation X and set it at 10. Then you will go to your left hand and set the position Y at -1 and rotation X at -40 and position Z at 1. Then on your right hand you will set the rotation X at 40 and position Z at -1 and Y at -0.5. And now you have a running pose. Now time to make it animated. You will go to the 10th frame and copy the position of the right leg to the left leg, the left leg to the right leg, the left arm to the right arm, the right arm to the left arm. Also, just to save some time, I'll copy and paste the first 10 frames over and over. Now that you have done that, you will realize it looks kind of weird. So let's fix that. Go to the 5th frame and edit whatever leg goes in front later. So make the leg's rotation X at 40 and the position Y 1 and Z at 3. And just copy and paste the keyframe to the rest. Time for the rest of the body. Go to the body and place some keyframes. And in the 5th frame, you will make the position Y at 0.5 and copy and paste again. You will also do the same thing for the hand, but instead of 0.5, you will make it at -1. Lastly, you will go to the head, add some keyframes, go to the 5th frame and make the rotation X at 0 and the position Y at 0.5. And you've done it! You made a walking animation. Now time to show you how to make a jumping animation. So after you have positioned your player, make a keyframe the 15th frame and put your player a little bit up. And now you need to move the rest of the body up so you can have a sleek change of movement. Then you add some transitions to the characters. I recommend the player going up and the body to have back, ease in and ease out. And that's it. Really simple how to make a jumping animation. It's time to show you how to make an idle motion. So here I've made this position for the player. So his idle motion will want him to like breathe. So we're going to put both of his hands in position Y at -1.5 in the 10th frame. We're going to copy and paste that. Now that we have made that, we're going to give it quadric, ease in and ease out, so it's smoother. We're going to go to the body and make his position Y at -0.5. Copy and paste. Now you will add the back, ease in and ease out transition. Go to the head and set the position Y at -0.5. Copy and paste. You will give it quadric transition. Now lastly, you will go to the project settings and set the tempo about 7. And that's it. You know how to make simple but efficient animations. If there's any more tutorials you want me to make or if you have any questions, feel free to write them down to the comments. Today, I'll be showing you how to make your renders better. But before we start, make sure you like and subscribe so I can continue making tutorials for you. Let's get into the video. I will not be using the outside for now, so let's make this window a bit larger. So let's first make it to render mode. And as you see, it's not as good as what it could be. So first up, we're going to go to project settings and make the tempo at 1. You might not understand why it's gonna be useful, but you'll see. Then we're gonna go to the environment and make the time at 10:28. Strange, but it's at the best. Then rotate the sun a bit so it can be at the good light. Yeah, something like this could help. Then we're gonna make the strength at 300 and the angle at 0. Now we're gonna make the clouds at faded. Then we're gonna make the sky a bit more blue, the sunlight a bit more yellowish, and the ambience to, once again, what the shadows could look like. So for here, I can make it a bit like dark green. So this should be good enough. Now for the fog, we need to reduce the fog to less so it can look good. So yeah, something like this would be good. So now after we do all of this, we will go to the camera settings. Now for the camera, we're gonna use the field view of 30, and we're gonna turn on the aperture mode. Now what it does is it just sharps someplace so it can look better. And we're gonna make the light management to Academy and the exposure to 2. Now we've done that, we're going to use depth of field, and we're going to make the focus of range from 200 to 500. Now that is done, now go to color correction and copy these settings. So after doing this entire setting should be good for now. Now, again, this is not really needed, but I believe that it could help. So make the performance to extreme and make it then custom. Now, you don't have to make the shadows more bright, but I believe that in this scene it will look better. And make the sunlight a bit larger. So after this is done, you can see now the huge difference from the start. So now we're gonna put this a bit back and make it shaded mode so it does not explode our PC. And now we're gonna add a light source. I'm going to put it exactly right here. And the light has to be a bit more orangey, yellowish. Yeah, something like that. And let's make this larger. You can see now that something can exist. We'll make the fade size a bit bigger. And the range from 250 to about this. Also, just in case, go to the point light settings and remove render shadows. So we can kind of see now how bright it can be. Something like this. Yeah, so this should be good. And now time for one of the final settings. You press on the world, you go to material, and you can make the roughness a bit lower. So now I can, but you have to be really careful because it can look really blue. So for now, I'll just use it 97. Like it has to be like really low, but it can make it look a bit good. And on the radius of the surface properties, you can make this about that 0.2. Or if you want to, it can be bigger, but it won't look as good. Like if you see at 5, it looks good here, but like usually for recordings and other stuff. So as you see now, this is like a huge change from what we had from the start. So this was how to make your renders better. I hope you had a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone, welcome to yet another Mine-imator tutorial. This time it's different. Today I'll be answering your questions about Mine-imator. So let's not keep you hanging, let's start the video. So the first question is by Ultimate Studios, and his question is how to make a Mojang trailer style. Before we go to Mine-imator, we need the bare bones texture pack, which is generally easy to get. You can go to the MCYT site and get the pack from there. After we do that, we will go to Mine-imator and insert the pack. How do we do that? Here's how. First, you go to library and go to textures and insert the bare bones pack, and that's it. You have the texture pack on. Then we'll just adjust the lighting a bit and shadows. But I would recommend watching my preview Mine-imator video about rendering. And boom, we got this amazing Mine-imator style. The next question is by Sparker24, and he asked how to make character light edges. Alright, so you go to your character, then to materials, and then subsurface properties to 0.2. By the way, this will only work if you have extreme mode in render settings. Then you can make it nighttime and add any light source behind it. I use the spotlight for this, and now you can see the light edges. And that's basically it. There's no more questions for this video, but I will make a part 2 in the future. So write down all of your questions so I can answer them. Have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. There has been one thing I've noticed in the Minecraft animation community. there are a bunch of animation styles. So today we'll talk about what styles of animation fits for Minecraft. Before we start with anything, what is an animation style? Well, it's pretty simple. It's just a creative way of movement. Let's take an example like the Minecraft trailers and compare it with the old 2017 Minecraft animations. There's a massive difference between the two, because in the trailers it's more jumpy and smooth, since in the game there isn't really an official style of animation, but that's how Minecraft represents it. Meanwhile, the old 2017 animations is less smooth but has a better showing of emotion. And not to get confused with expressions, because yes, Minecraft trailers do have better expressions, but not emotions. One more thing that I see in the Minecraft 2017 animations are that they frequently use the bending option to make it more realistic. Let's also not forget about the insane fight scenes they had. Although these two animations might seem like the same, they still are different categories. Despite these two animations, usually there isn't any more different styles. Or are there? This is Goddess. In my opinion, one of the most talented Minecraft animator. He has the most unique animation style because he somehow recreates the animation style that the Spider-Verse has. And it's genius because he can recreate some awesome movement and scenes with these animations. The best part, it can be recreated in Mine-imator, which makes it more accessible to people who don't want to use Blender. Now, you might think there's more animation styles for Minecraft. However, in reality, no. You might say, what about this 2D animations or these animations? By my opinion, they don't really count as animations. Moreover, like just normal 2D animations or just memes. So now that we know what are the styles of Minecraft animation, which of them fit for it? Well, it's confusing because we can rule out one of them, the old 2017 animations. Now, don't get me wrong, they are our childhood, but compared to the motion trailer styles or the Goddess choppy style, it isn't even close, you think. But for sure, for the fights, the 2017 definitely wins over the current Mojang style. Although it is kind of tricky comparing it to the Goddess choppy style. But we can agree on one thing, that the Mojang trailer style is simple and the most iconic one, since it's not just as complex as the 2017 or the Goddess style. However, as the most unique and expressive has to go to Goddess. I mean, it just takes 2 videos to prove on why he's the best at it. And obviously we can't forget his crazy, expressive and jumpy movement. There's just so many other ups and downs for each animation style. But the one that fits for Minecraft the most, I believe that it's the Mojang trailer style. I believe that it's the best option since it's not hard to learn and it can help animators to create what they need with no difficulty. I love Goddess choppy style of animation, but Mojang just dominates on simplicity and familiarity. But now, how do you make the Mojang trailer style? I'll cover this topic maybe another time. But for now, these were all the animation styles that fits for Minecraft. I hope you enjoyed it and remember to subscribe so I can make more videos for you.